Hey guys, it's Nyx. Corsets are a staple in any goth's wardrobe. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them and show you how to wear them. The first thing you need to know when picking out a corset to buy is the difference between plastic and steel boned corsets. So plastic boning is generally the less expensive option. It's more affordable and a little bit more accessible. Plastic boning is a lot more flexible and it can provide some good structure, but it doesn't snatch you in the way that steel boned corsets do. So if you're interested in taking your waist training seriously, you want to look for steel boned corsets. They have a little bit more structure, usually have a lot more durable fabric as well, and in general provide a lot more shape. However, steel and plastic aren't your only options. When corsets first became popularized, they actually used whale bones for the boning instead of steel or plastic. So the two different types of corsets I have here, this one is an underbust corset and it's a full torso coverage versus this one, the plastic boned one, is an overbust corset, also full torso coverage. Waist cinching corsets are generally a lot smaller and just center around the smallest part of your waist. Whereas the corset I'm going to be showing you how to wear today is a full coverage corset. Now the fun part, I'm going to be putting this corset on for you guys. Before you wear your corset, you want to make sure you're actually wearing something underneath. Because of the boning, you can't put these through the wash. The only option is to hand wash them. So you want to be wearing something just to make the barrier between your skin and the corset, just to maintain the fabric of your corset. This will ensure the longevity of your corset and make it more comfortable to wear. So there are hook eyes in the front of this corset, but before you get started by undoing these to put them on, you want to make sure that the lacing is nice and loose in the back. So the most important part about wearing a corset, you want to make sure that the string is tied up from either ends and that the lacing is in the center. You'll be able to secure it evenly and make it tighter right in the middle of your waist this way. So first thing I'm going to do to put it on is just loosen up these strings. You don't want it to be tight when you're putting it on, because if it's a little too tight, then the boning can actually get warped when you're trying to do your hook eye closures. All right, that seems loose enough. Next thing you're gonna do is undo the hook eye closures so that it's open. And make sure this little flap. And then you're just gonna put it on from, oh my God, from the back. Okay, so now we're here. See how it's like nice and loose? You don't wanna be pulling this tight. Like I said, you can warp your boning. So now you're just gonna close your hook eyes. Make sure they're all in there. And it should be like nice and loose fitting like this when you get started. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna tighten it from the back. And this can be a little bit awkward if you're doing it alone, but trust me, it's not impossible. Like I said, this can be a little bit awkward to do on your own. However, it kind of just takes playing around. When you get your first boned corset, it might not close all the way up, top to bottom. You can work towards getting it closed and laced shut, but it really just depends on what your comfortability is and how tight you want it. I'm gonna try to get this all the way closed though. Okay. All right, I think I have it pretty tightly closed up. I could tighten it a little bit more up here, but I'm pretty comfortable with where it's at right now. Cool. Now you have to deal with these super long laces. What I usually like to do is just wrap it around one time and tie it in the front. This also allows you to get it a little bit tighter too. Cool. I really love how this looks and feels. Corsets are actually a lot more wearable and versatile than people think. Bye guys.